কার্যক্রম ৮৮.৮ মেগাহার্জ, বাংলাদেশ বেতারের সকল আঞ্চলিক কেন্দ্রের মধ্যম তরঙ্গ ও স্ব কেন্দ্রের FM ব্যান্ড এবং বাংলাদেশ বেতারের ওয়েবসাইট www.betar.gov.bd ও মোবাইল অ্যাপ বাংলাদেশ বেতার থেকে। গণপ্রজাতন্ত্রী বাংলাদেশ সরকারের মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা ঐতিহাসিক সোহরাওয়ার্দী উদ্যান ঢাকায় আয়োজিত বাংলাদেশ আওয়ামী লীগের ২২তম জাতীয় সম্মেলনে প্রধান অতিথি হিসেবে উপস্থিত থাকবেন। মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর ভাষণ সহ অনুষ্ঠানের কার্যক্রম শ্রোতাদের এখন সরাসরি সম্প্রচার করে শোনানো হচ্ছে।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম শ্রোতা বন্ধুরা, বাংলাদেশ আওয়ামী লীগের ২২তম কাউন্সিল অধিবেশন বাংলাদেশ বেতারে সরাসরি সম্প্রচারে আমি শামীম আহমেদ আপনাদের সবাইকে শুভেচ্ছা সহ স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। এই উপমহাদেশের সবচেয়ে প্রাচীনতম এবং অন্যতম বৃহত্তম রাজনৈতিক সংগঠন বাংলাদেশ আওয়ামী লীগের আজ ২২তম সম্মেলন অনুষ্ঠিত হচ্ছে ঐতিহাসিক সোহরাওয়ার্দী উদ্যানে এবং এই সম্মেলনে কিছুক্ষণের মধ্যেই উপস্থিত হবেন গণপ্রজাতন্ত্রী বাংলাদেশ সরকারের মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী এবং একই সঙ্গে যিনি এই বাংলাদেশের জন আকাঙ্ক্ষার প্রতিফলন ঘটিয়ে যে দলটি দীর্ঘদিন এদেশে রাজনৈতিকভাবে জনপ্রিয়তা অর্জন করে চলেছে, যাদের মধ্য দিয়ে জনগণের আশা আকাঙ্ক্ষাগুলো বাস্তব রূপ লাভ করেছে, সে বাংলাদেশ আওয়ামী লীগ।
Hello, check. stump.
Come on, Ashman.
Well, he's got off strike. It came from nowhere, really, that shot, didn't it? He's played very tightly all the way through this innings. Yes, the pressure maybe, just the chat.
Yes, because there's no such thing as a silent zone in cricket nowadays.
Seeing the batters generally trying to play Ashwin off the front foot in this spell, but on that occasion, Shakib going back, playing it comfortably. So India pretty happy with where they are. 2 wickets in the first hour. Bangladesh still trail by 45. Time for a drink.
Lawman page 3. Be the star. Avatar, the way of water.
Are you good at cricket or football knowledge? First step, pick best team in your favorite match. Second step, compete with other players with their teams and leagues. Final step, when your squad scores more points, you win big cash. Play and win daily. League X, fantasy sports for real players. This game may be habit-forming or financially risky. Play responsibly. This communication is for 18 plus only.
जुबान एक हो तो दिल भी एक होने चाहिए। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब जियो मार्ट के ग्रैंड फिनाले सेल में मोबाइल्स और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स पे मिलेगा अप टू 80% ऑफ। तो साल जैसा भी गया हो, एंडिंग तो जबरदस्त होगी।
Can a world that thinks large ever be small? Seagram's Royal Stag Package Drinking Water. It's your life. Live it large.
डार्लिंग मैं जा रहा हूँ दवाई लेने।
घर बैठे बैठे 20% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा, फिर भी बाहर जाओ। ऊपर से कैशबैक भी मिलेगा, मेंबरशिप डिस्काउंट भी मिलेगा, फिर भी बाहर जाओगे।
सॉरी कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा।
फार्म इजी ऐप पे जा सकते हो।
अब फार्म इजी पे पहले 3 ऑर्डर्स पे मिलेगा 25% डिस्काउंट।
अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहें।
You can bet on it if it is MRF ZLX.
ये फोन कौन सा है यार?
सर नया जूम लावा ब्लेज प्रो विद 6x जूम कैमरा। अब बताओ ब्रो, कैसा लगा है नया लावा ब्लेज प्रो?
Success is not a milestone. It's a never-ending race for perfection. Denver, the scent of my success.
बात रे तुझ में ऐसी बात रे, हर सफर बने खासी रे।
बेटा सीट बेल्ट लगा लो।
पास रे सबके दिल के पास रे, हर सफर
नई मारुति सुजुकी इको, हर सफर बने खास।
Looked plumb, but for some reason he took the review and went on to lose the review. This is after he hit a beautiful boundary through the mid-wicket area and pushed it a little bit further up, gentle nick, and he walks out, not even bothering to look at the umpire because knowing that he had nicked it. Right, that's the match summary. Bangladesh still trail by 45, 8 wickets in hand. India right at the top at the moment. They needed early wickets and the bowlers have produced the goods with the ball. Bangladesh need a partnership. In the middle, skipper Shakib Al Hasan and Zakir Hasan. The left-hander opening bat who announced himself with 100 on debut in that test match in Chattogram. There you go, 14 overs being bowled so far, 2 for 35. Bright sunshine. Then Bangladesh pair this space especially hang around. Umesh Yadav in the attack. 2 slip and a gully in place. Now they'll be attacking that line, as I say, for the very first time in test matches. A pleasure to be with Brad Hawke.
It's nice to join you, Attar and India. They're up and about today. Virat Kohli pushing the troops. Very dedicated man. Very competitive. Rahul, or KL Rahul, a little quieter than Virat Kohli. Very reserved. And sometimes it's always good to have a man around like Virat Kohli just to stir the troops up. Tough competitor. Always a nightmare for an opposition team, Virat Kohli. But very impressed with the way the Indians have bowled this morning. Siraj, probably the best spell that I've seen in this series, opened up, got the big wicket of Mominal. Beautiful line and length, just attacking off stump, just outside off stump. And Umesh Yadav has come on to replace him after a short, fast spell and doing something similar, keeping the pressure from one end as Ashwin does it from the other.
We saw Shakib Al Hasan coming at number 4 in the first innings. Usually he bats at number 6 or 7 in test match cricket. Difficult to find a reason why he has promoted himself. I mean, he's a terrific bat. But looking at the past and the kind of experience he has batting at number 6 or 7, most of the times probably most at number 6, you would have expected him to come at 6. Now, beautiful shot. Just leans into it. It's chase. Suraj just couldn't pull it back, so it's a lovely boundary to finish the over. 46 for 2.
This is the biggest bounce of the summer.
Hey, if you're coming in, come down, play. If you feel too shy, then watch for me, watch for me.
This is the biggest bounce of the summer.
मिक्की 2 महीने से गाड़ी बेचकर अपनी पेमेंट का वेट कर रहा है क्योंकि खरीदने वाले की नानी गुजर गई है। बेचारे मिक्की के पास अब कोई चारा नहीं है, लेकिन आप याद रखना, ऑन टाइम पेमेंट के साथ गाड़ी बिकती है सिर्फ ट्रू वैल्यू पे।
हमारे 46 लाख से ज्यादा कस्टमर्स जानते हैं, ऑन टाइम पेमेंट के साथ गाड़ी बिकती है सिर्फ ट्रू वैल्यू पे।
मारुति सुजुकी ट्रू वैल्यू। अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहें।
जुबान एक हो तो दिल भी एक होने चाहिए। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Zakir, this is a beautiful shot. Previous test match he was looking to play the V. Today he's just been looking to drive through that point region.
Play on!
Oohs and ahs. That's an inside edge. And the reason for me to discuss that batting position, he got some power of the hands, would only be a single, is that if you look at the top four, it all left-handers. The point that I'm trying to make is that if you send someone as a right-hander, maybe Mushfiqur Rahim at number 4, so it presents a different option to the bowlers. It's a left-hand, right-hand combination in the middle. So the moment they cross over for a single, just like what they did in the previous over, the field would have changed, the angle would have changed, and he would have a different plan to bowl to a right-hander. And then that's exactly what I want to see. But at the moment, Shakib is still continuing with going in with the left-handers. Lovely delivery.
You're right there, Attar. Just makes it so much easier for the bowlers just to get on that line and length. When you've got a good mix of right hand, left hand batsmen in your list, you've got to try and mix it up.
Because you've got to make it a little bit difficult for the bowlers if you can. 48 for 2.
हेयर लॉस है, बाल उगाने हैं, हेयर फॉल प्रोडक्ट से भी बाल नहीं उग रहे। कंप्लीट हेयर ग्रोथ के लिए प्रोडक्ट नहीं, कंप्लीट ट्रीटमेंट लो, ट्राई करो।
Head to tryo.health, take the hair test and buy the 1-month kit.
अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहें।
Success is not a milestone. It's a never-ending race for perfection. Denver, the scent of my...
Just brought up Mushfiqur. He's the best player of spin in this Bangladesh lineup. And the reason being is that he goes to the sweep a lot. And he's made some big scores against spin. So it's a surprise that he's not in there earlier, especially when you're playing in conditions like here in Mirpur, when you've got the likes of Aksa Patel and Ashwin that are going to operate with him. Mushfiqur, the only player to score more than 5,000 runs for Bangladesh.
Well, now it's important for both the left-handers. We discussed what could have been a possibility to have a right-hander. Even Liton Kumar Das, I think, is due for run. You know, every time he's got a start and every time he's got out. So these are the 3 players I mentioned earlier. Liton Kumar Das, Shakib Al Hasan, Mushfiqur Rahim has to be very good with the bat in this second innings to make a match out of it. They need to strike big, and we'll be looking towards this partnership, which is worth now 23 runs. And that's the other thing which I haven't seen from the seamers, either from Mohammad Siraj or Umesh Yadav, to test Shakib Al Hasan with short pitch deliveries. Not just Shakib Al Hasan, even when Zakir Hasan is on strike. Test match cricket is all about testing the character, and it has to be a surprise factor. You don't want to see them bowling bouncer over and over again, but you've got to see 1 or 2 bouncers just telling the batter, okay, enough on the front foot.
You brought up a good point there. The Indians use the bouncer sparingly, just to tell the batsman, if you're getting too comfortable on that front foot, we've got the quicker bouncer up our sleeves. And they just use it to keep the batsman guessing, just that unsureness of getting forward. Whereas the 2 Bangladesh bowlers, Khalid and Tuscan, just overdid it. And they could learn a lot here. from the way that Umish, Yadav and Siraj have operated this morning. It's just line and length, just probing that fifth stump line, getting the batsman to come forward. And when you feel the batsman's just getting a little too comfortable on that front foot, just push it around the chest head region. Just say, we're going to test you upstairs as well.
It's a loose shot. He's got away with that. A little bit too wide. Should have been left alone. No damage done. 49 for 2.
Success is not a milestone. It's a never-ending race for perfection. Denver, the scent of my success.
Cut it! Send the stun double, please. अरे रोहित सर, चिप्स ही तो खाना है, उसमें क्या स्टन डबल? And action.
New Doritos sizzling hot. Chips nahi, fire.
एक टेक और करेंगे?
बच्चे की जान लोगे क्या सर?
They're having some fun in the stands. They'll be hoping and praying to see this partnership progress. Right, a slip in place, a man at short. Look at the man at the short cover for that uppish drive. And with that single, the 50 comes up for Bangladesh.
Hasn't been easy. That's the first milestone.
Now the Zakir has faced now 71 deliveries. He's on the non-striker end, so he's got another start here. He's moved on to 26. He looks compact and composed. Zakir Hassan. Your thoughts, Brad?
Very composed. He's playing slightly different to what we saw in Chattogram. Digging in for a big one and realising that if they do get 120, 150 in front, the top order of India did struggle. It was only Pant and Nair that scored 50 or more. And with the wicket turning like this, a small total to chase could be a little tough for India in the final innings.
Got in two minds, Shakib Al Hasan. He knows, Virat Kohli knows how close that was. It was a question of whether to play at it or leave it. This is down the leg side. And to be able to do what you just said, to take a lead of 150 or more, I think this partnership is crucial. Very, very crucial for Bangladesh. Someone like Zakir Hassan just bat through, don't bother what's happening from the other end. Make sure you stick around, you grind it out, you block one end. Again, nice looking stroke through on the offside. Finish the over. Bangladesh 51 for 2.
हमेशा दो अगरबत्ती क्यों? एक तुम्हारे लिए और दूसरी सबके लिए.
साइकिल प्योर अगरबत्तीज. ये फोन कौन सा है यार?
सर नया जूम लावा ब्लेज प्रो विद 6x जूम कैमरा. अब बताओ ब्रो, कैसा लगा है नया लावा ब्लेज प्रो?
You can bet on it if it is MRF ZLX.
जुबान एक हो तो दिल भी एक होने चाहिए. विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहे।
हेयर लॉस है, बाल उगाने हैं। हेयर फॉल प्रोडक्ट से भी बाल नहीं उग रहे, नहीं ना। कंप्लीट हेयर ग्रोथ के लिए प्रोडक्ट नहीं, कंप्लीट ट्रीटमेंट लो। ट्राई करो।
Head to tryo.health, take the hair test and buy the 1-month kit.
Round the wicket to the left-hander. Paces to Shakib in the second innings. They pitched it a couple of short deliveries, but it hasn't reared up. Number of deliveries in the good length. So they have tested him with some short pitch deliveries. It's that bounce that he would be looking forward to. Remember, he picked up the wicket of, I think it was Zakir Hassan. Similar kind of delivery. Shakib al-Hasan is the batter. He goes to the front foot. Again, it's a short one. It just rears up a little bit more. So he has the ability to extract that bounce because of his release points. It's a lovely delivery. Very good. Nothing much a batter can do. It falls in the no man's land. He picked up the wicket here of Zakir Hassan, and nothing much he could do about that particular delivery. Have a look at this. This is Zakir. He just reared up. Thank you very much. Nothing much. What he would have hoped for, that he could to miss it. It came back also, just taking the gloves and then moving up to the slip cordon. Gone. Well, what an over this is already turning out to be. Shakib playing a defensive stroke and hit it straight to the cover. A soft dismissal, but a very big wicket for India.
Hard hand second time for Shakib. First one was a half volley in the first innings where he got caught out mid-off. And that one just held up off a good length, and he was just going hard into the defence, just trying to push it in that point region for 1 or 2. Because it held up, caused him to be uppish in the covers, and Gill takes a good catch. Shakib out for 13. Bangladesh in a world of hurt, 51 for 3.
डार्लिंग मैं जा रहा हूं दवाई लेने। घर बैठे बैठे 20% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा, फिर भी बाहर जाओ। ऊपर से कैशबैक भी मिलेगा, मेंबरशिप डिस्काउंट भी मिलेगा, फिर भी बाहर जाओगे।
सॉरी, कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा।
फार्म इजी ऐप पे जा सकते हो।
अब फार्म इजी पे पहले 3 ऑर्डर्स पे मिलेगा 25% डिस्काउंट।
Are you good at cricket or football knowledge? First step, pick best team in your favorite match. Second step, compete with other players with their teams and leagues. Final step, when your squad scores more points, you win big cash. Play and win daily. League X, fantasy sports for real players. This game may be habit-forming or financially risky. Play responsibly. This communication is for 18+ only.
हिमालय की गोद से लेकर केरला के बैकवाटर्स तक हमारे फैमिली ने इतना घुमा के हम और घूमना चाहते हैं। थैंक्स टू माय क्लब महिंद्रा मेंबरशिप, जो मुझे देता है 80 से भी ज्यादा रिसोर्ट्स और 2000 से भी ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंसेस का मजा। क्यों है ना क्लब महिंद्रा मेंबरशिप फैमिली के लिए एक मस्त चॉइस।
क्लब महिंद्रा, वी कवर इंडिया, यू डिस्कवर इंडिया। अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहे।
Success is not a milestone. It's a never-ending race for perfection. Denver, the center of my success.
With the way the wicket's starting to play now, do you continue to play defensively, or do you go on the attack and try and put pressure back on these Indian bowlers?
A strange kind of dismissal, wasn't it? Shakib Al Hasan was stunned. In comes the most experienced campaigner. Have a look at those runs. Only player from Bangladesh to get across 5,000 runs in Test match cricket. He's also the leading run scorer here at this venue. And he'll be hoping that he can play a long innings. Ball. It's a wicket mating to start with for Jaydev on upcut. 51 for 3.
इससे ज्यादा फेस वाला कुछ मिलेगा क्या?
ये ट्राई किया है?
या हम भी यही पिएंगे।
रोहित तो दिया था।
Australia versus South Africa. Second test. Monday 26th December, 5 a.m. Live on Sony Sports Network.
India, Bangladesh trailed by 36 runs and they lost 3 wickets already. No introduction of Akshar Patel, but so far it's been wicket to Ashwin Onadkat and Mohammad Suraj. Ashwin will continue. How difficult it is, Brad Hogg, how difficult it is for a youngster playing only his second test match and watching wickets falling from the other on a consistent basis. It does put him in tremendous amount of pressure, doesn't it? To see that happening from the other end.
You're right there, Attar, but what I like about this young man is his character. He's in there for the fight. He's in there for the long haul. I think when wickets are falling around you, sometimes you just got to go into a bit of a selfish mode. And what I mean by selfish mode, it's still thinking about the team, but selfish for you to stay out there.
Well, not on that occasion. He's trying to look to play that big booming cover drive. There's bounce, there's turn. That's a poor shot to play at this stage of the game. He wouldn't mind that at all. Oh, shot. Oh, what a shot that is. Inside out, beautifully played.
I totally agree with you. The shot before this was a slog. This one was more controlled, and he's looking to go over cover and not overhit it. Ashwin just tossing it up, and when those opportunities come, you've got to put pressure back on India, no matter what situation it is. You've got to look to score. If you're looking to score, you're making the bowler think.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit closer to him. He attempted to play that shot in the previous delivery, not the one that he hit the 4. But then he sees the moment, picking up the length very quickly and hitting over the top of the cover. It was a terrific shot. 55 for 3.
हेयर लॉस है, बाल उगाने हैं। हेयर फॉल प्रोडक्ट से भी बाल नहीं उग रहे। नहीं ना, कंप्लीट हेयर ग्रोथ के लिए प्रोडक्ट नहीं, कंप्लीट ट्रीटमेंट लो। ट्राई करो।
Head to tryo.health. Take the hair test and buy the 1-month kit.
अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी।
Certainly a soft dismissal when you see that particular wicket of Shakib Al Hassan of the bowling of Onatkar, who is in the attack. Have a look at this.
I don't understand what he's trying to do there. Wasn't there to drive. Just got to play as late as possible. And the pressure was just building. Unad Kat is making the most of the pressure built by Umesh and Yadav previously.
He probably didn't pick up the length, probably expected it a little bit fuller, went through the shot and then looped it up. What about this dismissal in the first innings? This is the first ball after lunch. Again, not to the pitch of the delivery, going through the shot, and could not believe his eyes that it hit it straight to Chiteshwar Pujara at mid-off. Bit of a mix-up, but he'll get off the mark.
Just the previous over, Zakia, that's the first shot where he tried to belt Ashwin. Wasn't really particular on that shot, but the second shot, it was more controlled. He knew what he wanted to do, hit it over cover. Yes, he made the mistake the ball before. It was a terrible, terrible stroke. But the thing I like about him is that he switched on straight away, realised that how lucky he was, full focus the next one and executed it perfectly. Beautiful average, 41 in first class cricket.
Bowled. And a good conversion if you look at the stats there one more time. As we look at that delivery. Just keeping a little bit low also. He's bowling a great line. Have a look at that conversion. 1450s, but he's still got 1400. He's got a double 100, I think, which was made this season. Gone past more than 4,000 runs here. And he looks the part. He looks that he has. He enjoys being an opener. A bit of an inside edge. And when you do get this kind of a start, it'll be so very important for him and the Bangladesh team and the fans to see him go play a really big innings, which he has already shown what he can, what he is capable of in that first Test match, in the second innings when he made that wonderful 100 on debut. Creating that angle. He'll keep the strike with that single, Mushfiqur Rahim. Bangladesh 58 for 3.
अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहें।
Ladies and gentlemen, you expected the puzzle. This prolonged this is not a game. Explain it to us, detective.
Always!
Everyone is in danger.
All right, when's the murder mystery start?
हमेशा 2 अगरबत्ती क्यों? एक तुम्हारे लिए,
और दूसरी सबके लिए।
Cycle pure agarbattis.
One very noticeable feature of KL Rahul's captaincy is the length of spells that he gives to his bowlers, especially the spinners. Slightly different from the earlier era under Virat Kohli, where we saw much quicker bowling changes. KL Rahul has given Ashwin 11 overs in this unbroken spell from the far end. He's somebody who backs his spinners, and once he is committed to one, gives them long spells. And I tell you what, most spinners love that. They hate bowling 2 or 3 overs and then being taken off. Played with Anil Kumble and he loved his long spells.
Very less overs in the first innings for him too. Akshar Patel, even he would be looking to having a long spell. Usually bowls from the other end, but Ashwin is in operation very much in the subcontinent, that is. At this pitch, the way the seamers have bowled, India has the luxury of 3 seamers, with Jaydev Unadkat joining into Umesh Yadav and Mohammad Siraj. They've done the bulk of the bowling.
He's bowled superbly. Ashwin just needs to be a little more patient. This is one of those pitches where suddenly there'll be a wicket ball coming along, and there'll be a few balls before that that might seem innocuous. In the air again. Got a fielder in the deep for that shot. Interesting, Zakir Hasan had not shown these signs earlier in the series that can play shots like this.
It's also a ploy to discourage Ashwin to keep bowling from that angle and also try to pitch that ball up. He knows if he gets the ball in the middle of the bat, he can cross over for a single or a 2. Because Zakir Hasan, if he starts to defend the ball, he knows there's a slip, a gully, Shubman Gill in front as well, so it's better off that he tries to discourage Ashwin to have 3 men, and rightly so. One of them is just dropping backward point. That's Shreyas Iyer now. So now he has to manage with 2.
Akshar Patel at covers is warming up, so he might just get a spell before lunch. With the right-hander in, there's incentive to get the left-arm spinner in. End of the over. 61 for 3.
Play fantasy sports with your friends or with your group. To show your cricket knowledge, let's go now. OpenLeagueX.com, the only social fantasy sports game. Download the app now. This game may be habit-forming or financially risky. Play responsibly. This communication is for 18+ only.
ऑलराउंडर हम भी है।
और तुम्हारा किचन?
किचन
कभी स्टेन्स, कभी जर्म्स, तो कभी पानी। आपके किचन और बाथरूम्स को चाहिए MYK लेटिक्रीट SP100, टाइल जॉइंट का ऑलराउंडर। MYK लेटिक्रीट SP100, जोड़ हो तो ऐसा।
You can bet on it if it is MRF ZLX.
Cut round the wicket. Nicely clipped away. Oh, slight hesitation, but wrong end, I guess, because Mushfiqur Rahim was the one keen to run the second. So he was always committed and was surprised when he saw some reluctance from his partner. Now they'll have a little meeting to settle the issue.
That's how it unfolded. Mushfiqur quick to touch down and turn back. Zakir Hasan telling his partner not to go, eventually leaving this crease. You always try to go to the closer end if possible. Mohammad Siraj, a direct hit could have been curtains for Mushfiqur Rahim. He didn't hear the call. He wasn't sure.
He's wondering whether Rishabh Pant has hurt himself, but just feeling unwell. Right, let's try and figure out what happened with that Shakib Al Hasan's dismissal. It was a very curious way that he got out. Jaydev Unadkat getting that wicket. So that's a laying ball that is played in that fashion. This one was short, and I guess it was him just trying to get onto the front foot, disregard the last two. So just wonder whether Shakib was telling himself after the first three balls that he faced from Unadkat that he's got to get onto the front foot, and wasn't the right ball to get onto the front foot and push hard. That was a huge wicket at the stage. Let's try and find out the reason for this little interruption that we see here. He was having a glass or a bottle of water. There was also that throw from the deep that came in when Mushfiqur Rahim was trying to make that second run. Awkward throw. Seems okay now, and all set to set the field. He's looked really good, Mushfiqur Rahim, right through the series. Has come in and looked solid. I love his approach as well. You saw him very keen to come back and take strike. And that second run, he's new at the crease, but 320s so far. So I guess like you have the nervous 90s, Mushfiqur Rahim currently inflicted by tentative 20s.
And that's what the contribution from Shakib, from Mushfiqur is absolutely essential for this Bangladesh lineup. The top order doing their bit, the middle order, the experienced middle order needs to contribute at their own level as well. Got a beauty from Akshar Patel in the first test match when he was looking good to getting a good score as well. And that was a much better surface to bat as well. But he plays so much of cricket at this venue. Mushfiqur Rahim has always been a very good player of spin bowling. It's just that Akshar Patel has got the better of him once already. He didn't look very comfortable against Kuldeep Yadav as well. But no Kuldeep Yadav here. It's Jaydev Unadkat. And probably more of Ashwin.
One very unorthodox position that Jaydev Unadkat himself has initiated. Short catching man on the leg side. It's looking good. That ball coming quickly off the pitch, that extra bounce that he somehow manages to get.
And with consistency, it's not that just one effort ball that Jaydev Unadkat comes in. We talk about how he's come back into international cricket and test match cricket, but the amount of hard work that a fast bowler needs to put in and consistently do the basics right, gain strength, become physically stronger as well, but yet not lose the suppleness in the body.
Another good over from Jaydev Unatkar. It's 64 for 3.
ফেসবুকে আপনি চাইলে ক্রস পোস্টিং করতে পারেন আর সেটা শুধুমাত্র ভিডিওর ক্ষেত্রে সম্ভব। হে এভরিওয়ান, ওয়েলকাম ব্যাক টু আমাদের ফেসবুক সবগুলো বিষয় আমি চেষ্টা করি ভিডিও আপলোড করতে। আপনি চাইলে সেই ভিডিওটা আপনার যতগুলো পেজ আছে সবগুলো পেজে
घर बैठे बैठे 20% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा, फिर भी बाहर जाओगे। ऊपर से कैशबैक भी मिलेगा, मेंबरशिप डिस्काउंट भी मिलेगा, फिर भी बाहर जाओगे।
सॉरी, कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा।
फार्म इजी ऐप पे जा सकते हैं।
अब फार्म इजी पे पहले 3 ऑर्डर्स पे मिलेगा 25% डिस्काउंट।
You can bet on it if it is MRF ZLX।
अब कैंट आरओ खरीदने में ही ज्यादा समझदारी है, क्योंकि कैंट दे रहा है पूरे 4 साल तक फ्री सर्विस। कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पिए और हेल्दी रहें।
Can a small idea make a big difference? Seagram's Royal Stag Packaged Drinking Water. It's your life. Live it large.
Success is not a milestone. It's a never-ending race for perfection. Denver, the scent of my success.
And the KKR camp, Shakib Al Hassan as the 2 overseas players. Akshar Patel